America is an Amazon Studios movie, and in this movie, Prince Akeem finds out that he has a son in America, so him and Semi decide to go back and find his supposed heir. I am a huge fan of the first Coming to America film. Me and my family always watched it growing up. We still watch it because it is still super funny. So when they announced that they were making a second one, it was a mixed bag for me because I was really excited that they were making another film, but at the same time, I know what happens when they make sequels when the film is like 20 years old, 20 to 30 years old. So obviously I was a little skeptical. Before I start, I will say it's just good to see Eddie Murphy in movies again. He's really had a good comeback, and I'm hoping we get to see more of his films. Let's start with the positives. First, it was great to see everybody having fun. All the actors from the first film came back. It just seemed like they were happy to be there, happy to reprise their roles and kind of do something more with it. I'm glad they had a good time. And all the new characters that were there, all the new actors, they also looked like they were having fun. They were glad to be in this movie. When you see the actors having a good time making this film, it kind of makes you want to enjoy the film even more. The cameos were also just incredible. I just felt like I had to pause the film every 5 seconds because I had to see who they got for this movie. And it really made some of the scenes even better because when you look forward to seeing who they got in this next scene, what kind of star they got, what kind of actor did they get, how are they used in this scene, it made the film more enjoyable and it made you look forward to the rest of the film. However, the two actors that really stood out to me, first, let's talk about Leslie Jones. Oh my god, I need to bow to you. You are so hilarious in this movie, Leslie. She had me consistently laughing, and she always did that in SNL, and she still did it here. Great job. The same goes for Wesley Snipes. Oh my god, his character of General Izzy was so funny. I love his facial expressions. I just love everybody, again, everybody was just enjoying themselves, and I really had a dumb smile on my face when I was watching this film. And my final positive is the second half of this movie. Now, I'll talk about the first half in my negatives, but the second half really brought the film together. When I was watching the first half, I was thinking, oh no, they're going down that path, aren't they? It's not looking too good. But the second half really brought it together. It ended the movie on a good note, and it made you feel good about yourself once the movie was over. So really great job here by the second half. I think it was better written. I thought the story was better. The characters, they just seemed totally different from the first half. So really great job there on the second half. All right, so now let's get into the negatives. Now I'm going to talk about the first half of the movie. The reason why I'm not a big fan of the first half, and this is where we run into problems of remaking movies and making sequels long after the first film comes out, they tend to change character personalities. And I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Prince Akeem and Lisa in this movie. Both of them were just such amazing personalities and characters in the first film. You actually cared for them. You wanted to know more about them. In the second movie, I just feel like they're just not the same people. It just seems like they're two totally different people from the first film. And I get it, that's one of the themes of this movie, but I just didn't agree with it. And that's where it's going to be a roadblock for people wanting to watch this movie. They're such a big fan of the first film. Because the first film is nearly flawless and everybody just loves it so much, if you change small stuff in the second film, people are automatically going to say, no, that's not the same, I don't want that. I hate to be that person, but it's true, because when I was watching this in the first half, they did some things where I was just like, oh man, I don't really agree with what they did. I don't know why they went down that path, and it kind of ruins what happened in the first film. And another negative I have is some of the comedy just didn't work for me. Most of it is actually pretty good, but I just felt like some scenes were a little too forced. I just felt that they had to show certain scenes just for the sake of nostalgia, which I have no problem with as long as it works within the story. That's just me. Sometimes I felt like we were pacing really good, the story was really good, but then they had to make a stop, and it kind of really put a whole stop to the story, and they had to just do this just for the sake of nostalgia because people wanted to see it because it was in the first movie. If you don't put it in this movie, then people are going to be like, oh man, why wasn't that in this movie? It was in the first movie, and then it creates a lot of confusion. So that's just me. Overall, the movie's comedy is really good, but some of it just felt a little forced. Overall, guys, Coming to America 2, I know we go back and forth between Coming to America and Coming to America 2. It's actually a good film. It's not bad. Now, I'll be honest, am I going to watch it on a consistent basis? Probably not. I think I'll mainly just watch the first one. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll watch it a couple times and it'll warm up more to me. But overall, I give this movie a B. I think it's a good watch. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's pretty short, so that way it doesn't really, show too much of the flaws, but it's still a really good film, and I'm hoping people get to enjoy this movie. And I also hope with this film that people get to appreciate the first one more, and people go back to watching the first film and just see how special that film was. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.